Alright, hi bye. Welcome back to my PPB. Today I'm going to be reviewing my iPad Pro M High 2020 High Edition and showing you how I use it as someone with cerebral palsy. So, for those of you wondering, I recently bought this with the Apple program, with a program that allows you to rent iPhone, Apple Watch, iPad, MacBook, desktop, you name it, you can rent it. And the idea behind it is so that everyone can afford an Apple product and they don't have to pay out of pocket for it, which is really awesome because for many disabled people, technology is not a luxury, but more so an accessibility must have accessibility when it comes to communication and safety. So today I wanted to talk to you and show you how I use my iPad in my everyday life and talk to you a little bit about the accessory I use. So like I said, I bought the iPad M High 2020 High Retina Display Edition. So I bought a protective case from I think this case is Logitech. And what I like about this case is they see the case. Okay. So what I like about this case is it is one thing is protected all the way around, and the next thing is it has a magnetic stand, which is really easy if you are like me and don't have very many fine motor skills. I'm able to do that with one hand, and then you can hold it out with your other hand and lean it on to your mouth. And as you can see, it easily detaches from the iPad keyboard so that you can put it on the desk and watch TV, which I think is amazing, especially if you're disabled and trying to do PT or occupational therapy and let your mind off therapy, because therapy is a hell of a lot harder than it looks. So you can prop your iPad up on a walker or a bed or a high table and watch TV while you're doing it. Another thing about the iPad case is you can easily magnetize it right back onto the case with two-handed limited mobility. Then if you come around and you look, when you have the keyboard case on, it turns into an iPad. It turns into a computer. And for those of you who have been watching me for a while, you might would know that I used to have a MacBook. But the thing about a MacBook is you have to do it. Put up the hello, you who have been following me for a while, you might know that I used to have a MacBook, and the problem with MacBook there is a lot of drag and dropping that you have to do when you're video editing or creating content like I do. So I did not like because as someone with cerebral palsy, you spend a lot of your time arguing with your hands, and having the ability to have this be turned into a computer is awesome because it is able to do anything that a computer is able to do, but also have the memory of touching and my touch interface, which I think is great. So, if you look over here on my keyboard, if you look at my keyboard, you will see it is actually a wide keyboard, not like a little mini travel keyboard that you see on most iPad or most tablet devices. So you don't have to worry about any of that. Also, along with the track rebus, along with the keyboard, it has a super high trackpad that you can use for your mouse if you don't want to do the drag and drop feature, which is really amazing for those with disabilities. So I hope this video, in the next part of this video, I'm going to walk you guys through what I use my tablet for, how I use it, and a couple other awesome features of this tablet. So I hope this video is helpful if you are considering between an iPad and a MacBook. If it is, make sure you like this video, comment down below. If you have an iPad or a Mac, I'm always interested to know, and I will see you in my next video.
I recently switched completely from my MacBook Air to an iPad Pro, and one of the biggest reasons was accessibility and independence. First, the display gets incredibly bright, which can be really helpful for people with low vision or anyone who benefits from having a brighter, clearer screen. But one of the biggest accessibility differences for me is having a touch screen. With my MacBook, I had to rely on a sensitive trackpad and movements like clicking, dragging, and dropping. Those small, precise movements weren't always easy for me. With the iPad, I can just touch exactly what I want directly on the screen. That might seem like a small difference, but for me, it gives me so much more independence. Another reason I was comfortable making the switch is how much more computer-like iPad OS has become. I can have multiple windows open, move between different apps, resize things, and multitask while still having the accessibility of a touch screen. So, instead of needing both an iPad and a traditional computer, I can do so much of my everyday work from one device. I get the computer-like experience I need without giving up the touchscreen accessibility that works better for me. And then there's probably one of my favorite parts. I can just take it off the keyboard. When a physical keyboard isn't the easiest option for me, I can detach my iPad and immediately switch to the on-screen keyboard. Because I have dyslexia and a processing disorder, features like autocorrect and word suggestions are extremely helpful. They allow me to focus more on what I'm trying to say instead of getting stuck on spelling or trying to correct every little mistake. That means I can write, communicate, and get more of my work done independently. Another huge reason the iPad works so well for me is graphic design and digital art. With a traditional computer, graphic design can require a lot of really precise movements with a mouse or trackpad. On the iPad, I'm interacting directly with my work. I can touch an element and move it, resize it with my fingers, zoom in when I need more control, and physically interact with what's on my screen. And when I'm creating digital art, I can use the Apple Pencil. I can zoom way in to work on smaller details, move my canvas around, change brushes, undo mistakes, and adjust things as I go. I don't necessarily have to make every movement perfectly the first time. The technology gives me different ways to accomplish the same thing, which makes creativity so much more accessible. And that's something that's really important to me. The iPad isn't creating the art or doing the graphic design for me. It's giving me more accessible ways to create it myself. And that's ultimately why I've been able to make the switch from a MacBook Air to using an iPad Pro as my main device. I can attach the keyboard when that works best for me. I can take it off and use the touchscreen when I need more direct access. I can use built-in tools like autocorrect to support the way my brain processes information. And I can draw, design, multitask, and get my work done using the method that's most accessible to me in that moment. That's what accessibility and technology should be about. Instead of constantly having to adapt myself to my technology can adapt to me.